Welcome to Deep River Farm, folks. Appreciate you joining me this morning. Well, got something right here that you need to go ahead and share. Go ahead and hit the like button and make sure you leave a comment, because you're really going to get fired up over this. What's the one thing, folks, when you go into the store and if you read your labels, because you want to be more health conscious and see what's in a product that you know, you want to make sure you're eating something healthy. What's the one thing you go in the store and you never find a label on? Think about that. I'll give you a second or two to think about it. Just think. That would be vegetables. You know, you just walk over there, you got loose carrots, you got peppers, you got lettuce, cabbage, you got broccoli, tomatoes, potatoes. Just think about it. Onions. What all is sitting there loose that is not packaged in the store that you can buy with no label? Well, folks, they're getting ready to utilize that very concept and not have to divulge what they're doing to it. Let's take, for instance, they're already spraying these coatings on your apples and things like that with this stuff called Appeal, if I'm pronouncing it right. I think it's there's a big backer. I don't know if he holds the patent to it or what, but we got this guy, you know, named Bravo Indigo Lima Lima, and he's been messing with computers all of his life, or so he says he has, and now all of a sudden he thinks he's a doctor. But he's got this stuff he's spraying on the vegetables, and you know, there's no label on it, and they say it comes from a plant-based subject, or it's a plant-based derived from chemical that's sprayed on these things to preserve them longer. But there's no label, and when asked about what this stuff is made of, only will produce 0.07% of the ingredients, claiming it's a trade secret, but it's supposed to be safe for you, and we're supposed to believe that. But anyway, folks, just wanted you to know that with all this stuff that's going on, they want you to utilize your vegetables, and this is going to fire you up. They want to turn edible plants like lettuce and things like that into the Motel Romeo November Alpha. We're going to leave it at that for you to catch it for a second. Motel Romeo November Alpha. We got another word we're going to slide in here, and that's Victor Alpha Charlie Charlie Indigo November Echo factories. Okay, go back through that and look at it. We're going to start it again. Motel Romeo November Alpha. Next word, Victor Alpha Charlie Charlie Indigo November Echo factories. They want you to take the poke, folks, through your vegetables with no labels, whether you like it or not. So if you liked the poke you got, or if you took it, or if you didn't want to take it because you didn't feel it was safe, you're gonna love this. What's beginning the world of pharmaceuticals now heading to your dinner plate, okay? The same network of biotech power brokers who developed that poke, Moderna, and its parent company, Flagship Pioneering, have launched a new venture to rewrite the genetic code of the global food supply. You see, folks, the other night we talked about the seed companies and the pharmaceuticals joining forces. Bayer, which is a German pharmaceutical company, if I'm correct, is also part jointly own, or is a joint venture, or they're partners, or whatever they are. Moderna is right in there with them. So the Monsanto, the seed company. So agribusiness is in with the pharmaceuticals. Now, why would you do that? Because you're developing stuff that's genetically modified for the pharmaceuticals to reap the benefit from. So it's Monsanto and Bayer that's all together now. It's all under one umbrella. So you got something on the food side that'll make you sick, and on the other side of the building they make the pharmaceuticals to treat you. Well, folks, now that your blood pressure's up and everything, of what's going on, you see that they're going to rewrite the genetic code for the global food supply. Now, the company that's behind this, or one of them, is Terrana. It's spelled Terrana, Biosciences, and they have secured $50 million in funding to develop the Romeo November Alpha spray. Did you hear that, folks? Spray. Wonder what that application is going to be. Is it going to be high altitude dumping, or is this going to be a local application right straight in the field or somewhere like that? We don't know yet. We're going to do some research on that, though, and find out what the application for this is going to be. Now, this spray penetrates the plants, alters the gene expression, and passes those changes down to future generations. Now, folks, this immediately made a question in my mind. Let's say this plant that they're getting ready to spray this on is an heirloom. You know, you can save heirloom seeds and off of your plants and plant those seeds the next year, and you're going to have the same product again. So if they spray this stuff on that, is this stuff going to be passed down through the future generations as they're claiming, and the poke be in it from now on? That's a very good question to ask, and a very good question to get the answer to. Now, this is not a conspiracy or a theory. This is outlined in Terrana's own mission statement, and they proudly broadcast it through the industry press release. The goal is to apply the same Romeo November Alpha manipulation they pioneered in the human medicine to the agricultural system. So it's going to be the same poke that you had in 2020 if you took it, and other people didn't take it because they didn't feel it was safe, and now we know the truth that it really wasn't. It was a major guinea pig operation. So it's a program of major, they call it genomic transformation, executed not through soil and seed, but via spray canisters and tank mixes. So, folks, whether you want it or not, they are going to manipulate the food supply and put no labels on it, and you're just going to be expected to eat it, whether you want it or not. So here's a good thing to think about. All you politicians are in this big pharmaceutical pocket. They pay to play. So they're going to regulate, legislate this stuff into the food supply, and they're going to pay these politicians to do it. So this is more important. Here is a time for you folks to seriously consider start raising your own food and not eat all these pesticides, herbicides, fungicides, and now the poke in your food supply. Makes you wonder why seed companies and pharmaceuticals are now under the same corporation names. just like Monsanto has a seed called Roundup Ready. It's already got the Roundup capability in the seed. So in other words, they can spray after this crop comes up. They can spray Roundup on it and it won't kill the crop, but it kills the weeds. So you're already eating a genetically modified plant that's already Roundup ready, and that stuff has to be injected into that seed so that you know, it won't kill the plant, but it'll kill the weeds. So you're already eating Roundup, just didn't know it. So you know, regulate and legislate a way to get all that stuff into you that make you sick from the seeds and the plants. And now to the rescue on the other side of the building is Big Pharma. So folks, the next video we're going to talk about is how they plan on doing this application to get this stuff into the food supply. They call it by tank mixes and spraying, so we need to find out what the application's going to be. Well folks, now that your blood pressure's up, you're mad as fire, make sure you hit the thumbs up, leave a comment. If you're not a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe, because we need to throw these algorithms to this thing completely out and get this on the out where the public can see it, because they don't want nobody to know about this stuff. They just want to go ahead and institute it into your food that contains no labels, which is all your vegetables that are just laying loose in the produce section of your supermarket. And if they can get it in that, the next thing they'll try to get it into is your canned foods and things. But they'll be sure to hide all that information under a QR code to make you have to scan it and literally dig for it to find out any information. That's the way they're hiding all this stuff in your food. Well folks, I appreciate you joining me here today as we've stirred the pot big time. And just remember, have a blessed day, and pray over your food before you eat it. Have a blessed day. We'll see you on the next video.